It was a day like any other in Cyberia, except that I was sitting in my office nursing 4 shots to my body, 1 hollow point and 3 of cheap Kentucky bourbon. My trusty droid, Simon, was just finishing bandaging my shoulder when she walked in. A tall, athletic brunette with legs that reached all the way to the ground and ending in sensible shoes. Not my usual customer demographic, but as long as her credit transfer didn't decline, and I might have enough breathing space to keep the lights on and the landlord off my back. She stood there before my desk. Something weird was going on. She sort of shimmered like she was bursting with energy, like she was phasing in and out. This was going to be a very interesting case, I could tell. But you know, aren't they all? So I sat there listening to what she wanted. What she wanted was me to find a certain green stone that will send her back to where she came from. I said, okay, let's talk terms. And then my whole office was filled with white energy. That's weird. After the white energy subsided, she stood there, looking completely different, in futuristic armor of some sort. And she said, I need to go back to where I came from. I know who has the stone. I'll give you more than enough gold to pay them. And then I said, I'll take the case. I made it to the address that she gave me, paid them the gold, and boy, were they really relieved that I took it off their hands, that weird green glowing stone. And I was glad, too. Yeah, nice job without having to have any gunplay. I'd had enough of that lately. So, I made my way back to the office, where I knew she'd be waiting for me. I made it back to the office, and there she was this time, dressed in an overcoat and a fedora, looking out over the city. I handed her the stone and she put it in her pocket. She turned to me, and then just smiled, and then she just wasn't there. Well, that was that. Case solved, and her credit was good. I was probably richer than I'd ever been. My accounts were bulging. Well, that's good. I thought it was time for a little vacation. I don't know, maybe Tahiti, Hawaii. I'll think of something. I was starting to notice a pattern of events as something dawned on me. That weird green stone the vanishing lady called the Lucknar from a past case a while back had done something to my magnifying glass I used in my investigations while I had it in my pocket with the magnifier on my way back to my office to bring the green stone back to the lady in question before she faded away. It had helped me in several later cases because close proximity to the Lochnar had apparently given my magnifying glass the ability to see evil. That'll come in handy in my work. I walked back the several blocks from my last case, back to my office, where a stiff belt of Kentucky bourbon would sing me to sleep after a hard night. Another case solved, and another cursed object returned to its owner. The Lochnar magnifier having guided me through every step of the case. I already saw a healthy bump in my bank account for having done the item retrieval. But even though the case was finished, over, kaput, I still had some nagging questions about just why I was sent in the first place to get back the Lochnar for that lady from another dimension on that case a while back. Like, if the Lochnar itself was evil, why was it helping me find other evil objects and people and remove them from circulation? Was I doing good? Was I getting rid of the bad guys, really? Or was I just removing the Lochnar's competition? You had to wonder. Yeah, you really had to wonder.
I do hope that Zachery did not leave the Lochnar in close proximity to anything else for too long, because its evil can be transferred to other things.
I'd been thinking about this for a long time now. Man, I was richer than God, it seemed. But it just didn't seem right to keep profiting from the evil that this, well, evil-infested magnifier represented. Nah, I just couldn't do it anymore. So I finally came to a decision. Yep, I decided I was gonna destroy it and any evil associated with it. And so I did. Well, that's it. That's done. I guess, if I want to keep working, it's back to cheating wives and husbands and insurance fraud, but hey, it's a living. Or, Hawaii's still sounding pretty good, actually.